Hello and good evening. This is Grillenheimer. Thanks for joining me again. Um, actually, not much of a reveal, really. I'm sorry, I'm trying to open something. I actually got these guys in today. They came in. I think I'm in the speaker. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should have had this open before I started. But it's the Soundwave and Blaster deck, and when it comes down to it, thought about plunking down the extra for the classic look for those cards, and I'm glad I didn't, because I hear these are pretty much the same. They just have a different look, and you're getting for the money. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, they're not the SD, they're not the exclusives, but so what? I mean, you were getting 6. Here, let's do this. I mean, you're getting 6 small character cards: Eject, Buzzsaw, Steeljaw, Ravage, Ramhorn, Frenzy, which just look great. Yeah, they're not in the G1 style, but so what? I just love this Buzzsaw. All these mini cassettes. These are pretty cool. You have to admit. I mean, you're getting 6 of these guys, and you get 2 character cards, and then you also get. That's what I was trying to do. Was open one of these, 2 full decks. This is only one deck here, and you have the idiomatic cards on the front. Recover cassette, daring counterattack, interpret the airwaves, obstruct rhythm, obstructive rhythm. The one. Golly, I about jumped out of my skin. That was the ice in my cup in the other room melting. So, and then you have a bunch of, mixture between wave 1 and wave 2. I was looking for there's a wave 3 card, basic combat protocol. I can't talk tonight. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted. I've just been going 90-0 since I got home, and this is just one of the decks. Just one. Haven't opened the other pack. It's right here. So I guess the first one was for like the Blaster team, and this would be for the Soundwave team. And I hear the characters are pretty weak. I hear they're fun to play with, but you're not going to be, Oh, there's a. Huh. Didn't I just notice that? What do you know? It's already partly open. Oh, gosh, what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought, people. I'm so sorry. But I hear they're, you're not going to win many battles with these guys. And the boom boxes are just, pretty cool looking, and the old rubs insignias and whatnot. So, and I mean, when it comes down to it, is that, it's what, $25-$30 for the set, and you're getting basically what would be the equivalent of if you got 4 little guys. You got 6 little guys and two regular size cards. But you're getting essentially 8 characters. So if you have 8 characters and you're pulling from booster packs, think of it from that perspective. And when booster packs are like $4 a pack, with only 6 battle cards to boot nowadays, yeah, I know I gotta trim my fingernails. I mean, to be able to just get one set of 40 battle cards randomly without even knowing what's there yet, you'd have to at least buy what 7 packs now. 7 times 4 is what, $28 right there alone, and that would only give you one deck, and you wouldn't get the other deck. And while these characters may be okay, we'll take a look at them here. And other people have done videos like this before, so I'm not too worried about this. But you know, let's see here. It's got, I noticed they don't have a symbol down here, just says Blaster versus Soundwave. And they're all rares since they're in a starter deck. Oh gosh. So, you know, let's see. So, you know, all the little guys are every single one of these are 5 stars, and then your 2 main guys are 10 stars. There we go. So, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to play these a little bit. And of course, when they're in their alt mode, they have no attack whatsoever. But you know, when you flip them around, they actually do. So there's, you know, not having an attack on one side hurts. And even then, when you flip them around, their defense is not very good at all. I mean, Blaster does have an attack of 5 compared to Soundwave. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to play these guys too. But they look really fun, and I've got the other Soundwave. So now we have at least 2 Soundwave cards, and I think there's going to be another one coming out in wave 4. I believe, if I heard correctly. I could be wrong. That may be for another video too. But yeah, this is of course you can't get these cards except from this deck. So, and let's just take a look at what Wizards of the Coast has done. I mean, these 2 are 2-star cards right here, and I think that's kind of what they're trying to say with these, just so you can kind of break the game, so you can have these star cards in the deck. Your starting star limit increases by 1 for each mini cassette on your starting team. So you can break the rules again with these guys, like we sort of could with the Sentinels, the Sentinel team. So I just heard a noise at the door, getting distractions, and there's no one in here tonight. Oh, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so tired. It's been rough, and yeah, I did a whole bunch of videos, boom, all in one day. Probably bored y'all to death, but I mean, I'm really excited for these. And I got the Metroplex deck also, but I kept him at work. I don't know. I might give it to my son. He does have the Metroplex toy, and and I didn't realize it talked. I found out where the batteries go, and I put the batteries in, and he was actually been playing with it a little bit, and it's just a hoss. You know, I think he actually likes it. He'll fiddle with it some, but he doesn't really. He's not a kid that plays with actual toys. He'd rather build stuff and make things and do crafts and stuff than sit down and use his imagination. I kind of wish he would, but But this seems like a pretty good deck. But where I was going to go with this is, you know, what did Wizards of the Coast, you know, give us here? I see a pretty even mix. You know, let's see here: orange, orange, blue, blue, blue. I do better going this other direction, but they put all the pips on the other side. Double orange, white, double orange, white, white, blue. I mean, it's a pretty even mix of colors in here. I mean, it may be a little more blue than orange, and the orange we have are double pips. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orange right there. So I don't know if you could see that on the thing. I wasn't looking through the camera. I apologize. But it seems a bit of a heavy blue deck, but it's not a total blue deck. And you have some white in here. I saw a green card or two. Obstructive Rhythm is white. You know, we got some flamethrowers. Force fields are white. So we've got, you know, cards in here to be able to pull doubles. And there we are, backup beam and escape route. I knew I saw some green in here. So, and we got some double blues in here as well. So this is a pretty versatile little deck. So maybe that's what people are complaining about. Is maybe it's the decks they came with people don't like, and they're modifying the decks maybe. I tried to put my ear to the ground to some of this stuff, and I mean, I find it interesting. I just don't have a lot of time to just sit and listen, you know. So I do my best, but these are pretty. It seems like a pretty fun thing. And so here they are. It's the Blaster and Soundwave deck, you know.